Recently, significant developments have emerged regarding the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Top officials from the Trump administration are set to meet with senior Russian representatives in Saudi Arabia to discuss potential pathways to ending the war that has persisted for nearly 3 years. This meeting is expected to take place soon and follows a recent phone call between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin, which Trump described as lengthy and highly productive. So, what exactly are we talking about? The war in Ukraine has been a major geopolitical issue since 2014 when Russia annexed Crimea, leading to ongoing conflicts involving pro-Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine. The upcoming talks signify an effort by the United States to engage directly with Russia on this matter, aiming for a resolution that could stabilize the region. This relevant, the outcome of these discussions could have far-reaching implications not just for Ukraine, but also for global geopolitics. If successful, they might pave the way for peace negotiations that could end hostilities and impact U.S. Russia relations. Moreover, given the humanitarian crises resulting from the conflict, there is a pressing need for resolution. According to reports from various sources like CNN and the New York Times, key American figures involved in this endeavor include Secretary of State Marco Rubio, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, and Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff. There are concerns among Ukrainian officials regarding their lack of representation at these talks. President Volodymyr Zelensky has emphasized that any discussions about Ukraine's future must involve Ukrainian input directly. Catherine Burris from the Daily Beast highlights that while these meetings may offer hope for diplomatic progress, they also raise eyebrows concerning transparency and commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty. The impact of this initiative remains uncertain. Keith Kellogg, Trump's envoy on Russia-Ukraine matters, indicated that Moscow would need to make concessions related primarily to territorial issues if peace were to be achieved. This positions Russia as needing some level of compromise, while maintaining its military stance and intricate balance that will be critical during negotiations. Historically speaking, previous efforts such as the Minsk-Roman II agreement aimed at ceasing hostilities failed largely due to poor execution and lack of commitment among negotiating parties. Observers worry whether a similar fate awaits these new talks, or if there can be genuine progress toward lasting peace without past mistakes being repeated. Considering the bigger picture here, it's essential not only to focus on immediate outcomes, but also on how these discussions fit into broader patterns of international diplomacy. Is often overlooked include the role of third-party nations like Saudi Arabia in facilitating these talks and potential shifts in alliances depending on negotiation outcomes. To conclude my analysis, meeting represents a significant step towards addressing one of today's most pressing conflicts through dialogue rather than escalation or isolationism. Skepticism exists around whether it can lead effectively toward lasting peace without adequate involvement from all affected parties, including Ukrainians themselves. Remains crucial moving forward for all stakeholders involved not only to seek resolutions, but ensure that those resolutions respect national sovereignty while fostering regional stability.